we will see about the compound pendulum. What is difference between compound pendulum and simple pendulum? What are the advantages of compound pendulum or simple pendulum? In case of simple pendulum, it consists of heavy metal bob or heavy metal point and which is suspended by massless string. The ideal system is difficult to take proper oscillations, and there is no such a problem in case of compound pendulum since air resistance can be overcome by compound pendulum. It having heavy mass. There is no part which we are considering in case of simple pendulum, and that main part is string. So here is no string. Compound pendulum has much larger mass as compared to the simple pendulum, and due to that, effect of air resistance on the compound pendulum is negligibly small. As a result, oscillations of the compound pendulum last for longer time, and we can take time for very large number of oscillations, maybe 20, 50 or 100 oscillations. It can last for long time and obtain the time period more accurately in case of compound pendulum. Compound pendulum oscillates on the whole, and hence there can be no lag between different parts of the pendulum like which we have seen in case of a simple pendulum. Lag can occur between the bob and the string in simple pendulum. So these drawbacks of simple pendulum can be minimized in case of compound pendulum. So what is compound pendulum? Compound pendulum is of any shape, which is a physical pendulum of a mass, suppose small m, and it oscillates freely in free atmosphere to and fro about its mean position. In this case, you are observing this diagram. O is called point of suspension, while O dash is called point of oscillation. And theta is called angular displacement, and C is called center of mass. So this is about the diagram of compound pendulum. Is of any shape, any size. We assume that axis does not pass through the center of mass of the body. So in this case, axis of rotation passes through O in this section you are observing in this diagram, and O is called the point of suspension. When at rest, the center of mass of the body is situated at this C point you are observing in this diagram. When it is at rest, means this theta angle is 0, then it will be at rest position. This compound pendulum will not oscillate. At that time, theta will be 0, so it will be at a C position only, that is the center of mass position. When it is pulled aside and released, it executes oscillations about the horizontal axis through this point O. This is the point of oscillation, and this is O dash is point of this O is point of suspension, and this O dash is point of oscillation. So it oscillates about this, which is about the point of suspension. Now forces acting on the body are the mass and G, product of mass and G, that is weight. Now the contact force by the support at O, the torque in this case is called restoring couple. The torque toe of weight as shown in this diagram, this mg. This torque toe mg about the axis of rotation has magnitude mgl1, this T is equal to minus mgl1 sine theta. Torque of the contact force about the axis of rotation is 0 as it acts through the point, this point of suspension O. Toe produces an angular acceleration d2 theta by dt2 in this compound pendulum. So equation of motion of a body or equation of motion of the oscillator is given as I into d2 theta divided by dt2 is equal to minus mgl1 sin theta. d2 theta divided by dt2 is equal to minus into bracket mgl1 divided by I into sin theta. d2 theta by dt2 plus into bracket mgl1 divided by I into sin theta is equal to 0. As sin theta is very small, and that is why sin theta is approximately equal to theta only. Therefore, d2 theta by dt2 plus omega square theta is equal to 0, where omega is equal to under root of mgl1 divided by I. Time period is given as 2 pi by omega, and period t1 is equal to 2 pi into under root of I divided by mgl1. Then capital I is equal to ml1 square, and period of simple pendulum we know t is equal to 2 pi into under root of L1 divided by g. So moment of inertia about O is the sum of ml1 square and mk square. So therefore T1 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L1 square plus k square divided by GL1. This can be written as T1 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L1 plus k square divided by L1 divided by G. So L1 plus k square divided by L1 or L1 square plus k square divided by L1 is called length of equivalent simple pendulum. Now we will see maximum and minimum time period of compound pendulum. So what is maximum and minimum time period of compound pendulum? As you are observing same diagram, which is given here. Now maximum and minimum compound pendulum. Consider T1 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L by G, where capital L is equal to L1 square plus k square divided by L1. Time T1 is minimum when capital F is minimum, that is dl by dl1 is equal to 0, or d by dl1 into bracket L1 square plus k square divided by L1 is equal to 0, or d by dl1 into bracket L1 plus k square divided by L1 is equal to 0, or 1 minus k square divided by L1 square is equal to 0, or L1 is equal to k. When L1 is equal to k, the period of oscillations is minimum, that is T minimum is given, which is equal to 2 pi into under root of k square plus k square divided by gk, or T minimum is equal to 2 pi into under root of 2k divided by g. Centers of suspension and oscillation. OO dash is equal to k square plus L1 square divided by L1. So this is suppose equation A. O dash is called center of oscillation, and O is called center of suspension. These are the 2 points, O and O dash. T2 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L2 square plus k square divided by GL2. This is suppose equation B. Now OO dash is equal to this OC, which is equal to L1, and O dash C or CO dash, which is equal to L2. So using equation A, this A, we will get L1 plus L2 is equal to k square plus L1 square divided by L1. Therefore, L1 into L2 is equal to k square, or L2 is equal to k square divided by L1. Substitute value of L2 in equation this B. So we get T2 is equal to 2 pi into under root of into bracket k square divided by L1 plus k square L1 divided by k square into 1 upon G. This is suppose equation C. So compare value of equation C with the T1. We will get T1 is equal to T2 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L1 plus L2 divided by G. Thus value of period remains same either at O or O dash. Means there is no point whether you are changing O and O dash. Center of oscillation becomes center of suspension, vice versa. Period remains same. That is T1 is equal to T2. That is shown here. We know that T is equal to reversible compound pendulum and Bessel's formula. We know that T is equal to 2 pi into under root of L by G. So we can write as G is equal to 4 pi square into capital L divided by T square. Both T1 and T2 are not exactly equal, but if they are nearly equal, then value of G can be calculated for that Bessel developed a formula T1 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L1 square plus K square divided by L1G, and T2 is equal to 2 pi into under root of L2 square plus K square divided by L2G. So further rearranging the terms on subtraction, G divided by 4 square into bracket L1 square T1 square minus L2 T2 square bracket complete is equal to L1 square minus L2 square. Further, we are getting 4 pi square divided by G is equal to. So this is about to simply rearranging the terms, adding and subtracting L1 T1 square minus L2 T2 square in the numerator on RHS. So we get this. Finally, after simplifying, 4 pi square divided by G is equal to T1 square plus T2 square divided by 2 into bracket L1 plus L2 plus T1 square minus T2 square divided by 2 into L1 minus L2. Now we will see Ketter's reversible pendulum. This is a pendulum type of a compound pendulum devised by scientist Captain Ketters, and in the memory of his name that is given Ketter's pendulum, Ketter's reversible pendulum. This is nothing but this compound pendulum which having K1 and K2 two knife edges. W1 and W2 weights are fixed. They are movable. When we are moving, there are two screws. One screw is here and another screw is here. You can shift this W1 in this manner vertically upward and downward about this rod. Also, W2 can be moved up and down along this rod. For moving, one screw is there. When we want to fix position of this W2, then tighten the screw. Similarly for the W1, we are changing center of gravity of this rod for oscillating on K1, that is the knife head. We are changing this point of suspension, and this is the point of oscillation now in another language O, and this is O dash. When we are reversing it, this K1 becomes K2. Now this K2 will be, what will happen? This K2 will be the point of suspension and this K1 will be the point of oscillation, vice versa. At present situation, this K1 is point of suspension and K2 is point of oscillation. When we are reversing this and take time periods, now in this situation, take time period which will be considered as a T1. Now reverse the pendulum and take the time period which will be T2 and calculate value of G according to this Bessel's formula. So we will get somewhat accurate value of acceleration due to gravity. So this was about the uh, Ketter's pendulum, Ketter's reversible pendulum. Now we will see simple harmonic oscillator. Restoring force F is given as F is equal to minus Kx. Actually, when we are applying certain force, then displacement in the object takes place. So force is directly proportional to the displacement. When force is maximum, displacement is maximum. When force is minimum, displacement is minimum. So that is why force is directly proportional to the displacement, that is F is directly proportional to the x. So F is equal to minus kx. Why minus kx? Whatever the force which is being applied on the oscillator, then oscillations in that oscillator takes place. But another force, we are calling it restoring force, which is responsible to take that object to its back position, to its steady position. And that is why negative sign is given there. And where k is called force constant. Now we know that according to the Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to product of mass and acceleration, which is equal to M must be here, m into d2x by dt2. Suppose this is equation second. Now this equation 1 and equation 2. Equate both the equation. So m into d2x by dt2 is equal to minus kx. That is d2x by dt2 is equal to minus k by m into x. That is d2x by dt2 is equal to minus omega square x. That is d2x by dt2 plus omega square x is equal to 0. This is suppose equation 3, where omega is equal to under root of k by m, and it is second order differential equation, and solution of it is x is equal to a cos of omega t plus delta. This is suppose equation 4. Period of oscillation t is given as t is equal to 2 pi divided by omega. So frequency of oscillation is f is equal to omega divided by 2 pi is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into under root of k by m. Now, relation between simple harmonic motion and uniform circular motion. So, in this case, consider particle P moving along the circumference of circle and radius is given with a constant angular velocity omega in anti-clockwise sense. Here we are considering omega is constant, so particle is performing uniform circular motion here. At any point on the circumference, the velocity is tangential in this manner. Velocity is tangential. Here, see. Velocity is tangential here. Velocity is tangential here in this manner. In this manner, like this, it is tangential. It is tangential. Acceleration of the particle at any point is radial, directed towards the center of the circle, and its magnitude is omega square a, which is constant. Though velocity and acceleration keep changing in magnitude and direction both in SHM, and they change only in direction in uniform circular motion, the two types of motion we are correlating here, that is a simple harmonic motion and uniform circular motion, as you are observing in this diagram. See figure A, in which diameter is CD, which is shown in the diagram along x direction. Now particle Q, which always remains at the foot of the perpendicular, drawn from P on CD, or Q is the projection of P on CD. When P is at D, Q is also at D. As P moves along the circumference for different position of point of P, that is for P1, P2, P3, etc. Particle Q takes the corresponding positions Q1, Q2, dash 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 along diameter CD, as shown in the diagram A or figure A. Particle P keeps performing uniform circular motion in this manner, in this way. The particle Q moves to and fro between the end point C and D of the diameter with the center O of the circle as shown in the diagram. Now figure B. Suppose P starts its motion from point P0 and delta is given in the diagram, which is the angle, that is position vector OP0 makes with the x-axis. Let the particle P take time t to move from P0 to P1, then angle P1 OP0, you are observing angle P1 OP0, this angle is equal to omega into T. When the particle P is at P1, Q is at Q1, in this case P1, then Q is at Q1. At a distance x from O, this is the x distance. The mean position, hence x is the displacement of Q at time t. So from this second figure B we are denoting here, so we can see that x is equal to a cos of omega t plus delta. So this is about the relation between simple harmonic motion and uniform circular motion. Now we will see two body harmonic oscillator. What will happen? What is two body simple harmonic motion? All of you are familiar with the simple harmonic motion about one body problem. So what is one body problem and what is two body harmonic oscillator? Actually, though there are two masses, different masses M1 and M2, when we are attaching these two different masses with a string and they are moving in this manner to and fro about the x-axis. So whatever the oscillations takes place in both the masses when they are displacing from each other along x-axis, then that motion is being considered motion of couple, motion of both the M1 and M2 masses oscillating at once. So as a whole, result as a whole, effect as a whole to be considered means though they are different masses, though they are different objects, but they are performing just like simple harmonic motion of the single body, just like or equivalent to the single object, equivalent to the motion of simple harmonic motion of single object or single body. Suppose x1 and x2 are displacements of mass m1 and m2 respectively. So displacement, overall displacement is suppose x is equal to x1 plus x2. So equations of motion of both masses are as m1 d2 x1 divided by dt2 is equal to minus kx and m2 into d2 x2 divided by dt2 is equal to minus kx. So we know we are writing here d2 x1 divided by dt2 is equal to minus k divided by m1 into x. This is suppose equation 1. And d2 x2 divided by dt2 is equal to minus k divided by m2 into x. This is suppose equation 2. Adding equations 1 and 2, d2 x1 divided by dt2 plus d2 x2 divided by dt2 is equal to minus into bracket 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2 into kx is equal to minus into bracket m1 plus m2 divided by m1 m2 into kx. But m1 into m2 divided by m1 plus m2 is the reduced mass of the system mu. So we know mu, which is a symbol which generally we use for reduced mass in physics. So mu into d2x by dt2 is equal to minus kx. So this is equation of simple harmonic oscillator of mass mu. Means we are considering both the masses m1 and m2 attached with a string and they are oscillating to and fro about x-axis, along x-axis. So finally, after equation 3, it is denoted that though they are different masses, but their resultant effect is like a single object. Their resultant effect is like a single body. And that is why mu into d2x by dt2 is equal to minus kx, which is equivalent to the individual masses. So this is about the equation of simple harmonic oscillator of reduced mass mu.